At midlife, Lenore Tawney found her true medium, reimagining weaving as a form of radical abstract sculpture. She elevated the ancient tradition of weaving into conceptual art, a disruptive act that paved the way for visionary contemporary artists. Her hybrid works grew from a personal spiritual journey of travel, study, and meditation, a kind of devotion. Tawney was born in the burgeoning industrial city of Lorain, Ohio, on the shores of Lake Erie, to a family clan of Irish Catholics. She moved to Chicago at the age of 20, later studying at the Institute of Design, rooted in the Bauhaus tradition. When she moved to New York in 1957, a 50-year-old widow, she feared she was too old, so she shaved a few years off her age. Tawney was strikingly beautiful, and certainly mysterious. She drove from Chicago in her distinctive black and tan Daimler convertible, bringing nothing more than her cat Pansy, a refrigerator, a bed, and her loom and threads. She began life anew. "I immediately felt free," she said. At Coente's Slip, she joined an artistic community isolated from the rest of the city, living in former maritime warehouses. She thought the Slip was terrible, but she loved its open space and the water, which at night looked like Venetian glass. At 27 South Street, she made a shrine of her spacious, light-bathed loft, its polished surface like a dance floor. Her days ordered by a disciplined ritual. Her living aesthetic was spare and Eastern-influenced. She explored other media in intimate assemblages and collages with a lightness of touch and humor. Her enormous weavings, made with equipment of her own invention, hung in free space, almost as giant dimensional drawings in air. Her symbols, the cross, the circle, and the square, formed a quiet, ethereal unity, a poetic inner landscape that later culminated in vast, meditative cloud installations. Her inner circle included painter Agnes Martin, with whom she formed a very close bond. United by an ethos of collective solitude, seeking the Tao and nature as their guide. Tawney and Martin also shared a passion for the writings of Saint Teresa of Avila and other visionaries that deepened their relationship. Among them, too, Anne Wilson, who worked with quilting. Tawney's daring woven forms, like Annie Albers before her, cleared the path for fiber art movement of the 1960s and 1970s. Innovation, it seems, is always easier to spot in hindsight. She died in Manhattan in 2007, still young at 100.